if you've not already watched the first two movies, then you should probably stop this and go back and watch those. But I'm going to assume that we already have. Okay, so how to draw Lewis molecules. So first thing we're going to do is identify the elements involved in bonding. So I'm going to go ahead over once again to the homework. We'll do this first atom. So we're looking at H2O. So in the molecule H2O, or a water molecule, this is the water that you drink, you've got a couple different types of atoms we're working with, oxygen and hydrogen. So the first thing we need to do is identify that, so oxygen, hydrogen. Then we need to record each element's number of valence electrons. So we actually just did this, so we should remember that hydrogen has just one valence electron, which can be written like so. And then if we come over to P table, we can look up oxygen and see that oxygen has 6 valence electrons. So then we'll come over here and draw oxygen. Okay, that's a messy O, but still remember to do that correctly. So we go each side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I'm just going to make this one a little bit bigger because it's hard to see. So that's the symbol for oxygen. I don't know why this circle is hard to see as well. So it's got 6 valence electrons. So now that we've gone ahead and drawn it for both, we'll come here and determine the central atom or atoms. Some molecules have multiple central atoms. So how we generally do this is look and see which atom there's fewest of. So we'll see it says H2O. The 2 means that we've got 2 hydrogens, whereas the fact that there's no number in front of the oxygen means we only have 1 oxygen. So usually whichever atom we have the fewest of belongs in the center. So in H2O, that means that water is going to be in the center, or the oxygen is going to be in the center of the water molecule. Okay, so then once we've determined the central atom, we will place the other atoms around the central atom. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so oxygen is going to go right here in the center. Keeping in mind, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 valence electrons. Then we're going to draw the other atoms. So we've got hydrogen over here with its 1 valence electron. And we'll have another hydrogen right up here on the other side of oxygen with the valence electron. We can do it here. We can draw it on the side. It doesn't really matter how we want to do that. I'm just drawing it here for convenience. Okay. So then once we've got the other atoms drawn around our central atom, we'll draw the valence electrons, which I just did, and then we'll replace shared electrons with a bond. So if we remember, every atom wants to be like the noble gases here. So that means oxygen, which has 6 valence electrons, wants to actually have 8 valence electrons like neon. And hydrogen, which only has 1 valence electron, wants to have 2 valence electrons like helium. So we can do this by sharing. So we see hydrogen has 1 and it wants to have 2. Hydrogen has 1, wants to have 2. Oxygen has 6, wants to have 8. So if we can share these electrons, then they can both be happy. And so how we show that they're sharing is we draw a line from one electron to the other. And so whenever atoms share electrons, we say that those electrons belong to both atoms. So now we can count this up, see if they're happy. Oxygen now has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 valence electrons. So oxygen's happy. Likewise, hydrogen has 2, hydrogen has 2. So our water molecule is happy, and that means we're done drawing the Lewis molecule for water.